This is the reflection of the trust, full confidence. With the open communication, we can overcome these challenges. We agreed to go together, fight against a pandemic, and then welcome the bright future. It already got the license from the Indonesian authorities. That's the reason why President received inoculation as the first person in Indonesia to receive the inoculation, and it's already followed by the ministers, the other segment of the society that need it more, like doctors, like nurses, and then like army, policemen. So they are the one who is working at the front. So this is the things that we would like to see. This is the reflection of the trust, a confidence, full confidence by the Indonesian people that together we can fight the pandemic. So that is the reflection. So if you ask me what will be the Indonesian impression of the vaccine, I think generally the same feeling with the president. They discuss a lot of things, starting from the cooperation in the health sector, in particular vaccine, medical equipments, and then how to increase the economic cooperation to be able to recover fully after the pandemic. At the MOU, we decided to establish 4 economic corridors. Number 1 is in North Sumatra, number 2 is in North Kalimantan, number 3 is in North Sulawesi, and number 4 is in Bali. And of course, they will discuss other cooperation as well, how we can contribute to maintain peace and security at the regional level, as well as my foreign minister would like to ask as well the support from the China on the ASEAN Indo-Pacific outlook. Of course, cooperation in the health sector will become one of the priority for Indonesia and China, like medicines, vaccines, and of course, sustainable development, green economies, we call it, after the signing of the RCEP. Now, the challenge is how we make the cooperation as reflected in the RCEP become reality. So it has to be reflected in the number as well. I think Indonesia is able to attract China's investor because, first of all, we've been able to synergize the China's Belt and Road Initiative and Indonesia Global Maritime Forum, which is a connectivity concept. In fact, from January till November, the volume of trade between two countries already reached $69.4 billion. So we would like to see more and more Indonesian products are coming to China, but at the same time as well, we welcome the Chinese product. As you know, coal sector is one of the the biggest export item from Indonesia to China. According to the ministry, China's import of Indonesian coal indicates a constant increase, average around 13% every year. I also would like to share that the ministry optimistically target to export coal to China valued at 200 million tons in 2021. The other thing is tourism. Before COVID-19, before pandemic, in fact, more than 2 million tourists from China visiting Indonesia back in the 2019. So we do hope that this will be away, COVID-19, and we continue to have to welcome tourists from China. And the other dimensions of the cooperation is the digital economy, because this will be the future. Now we are the leader in Southeast Asia on digital economy, because the value of the digital transactions, so digital economy, it's already reached $40 billion. This is one of the things that we would like to see more and more cooperation between Indonesia and China. We may have different perspectives in certain issues, but the key point is to always open up communications in order to keep the tension low and to deter public sentiments and noises that may affect smooth process in strategic cooperation and ongoing joint efforts between two countries.